Welcome back, everybody, to Around the Block with Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, I spell my name with 3 X's because, like the show Around the Blocks with Mike Knoxxx, I am hardcore. And this is your WWE Monday Night Review from February 13th, 2017. And Monday Night Raw, well, let's just say and put it like this. It is what it is expected to be. It's going to be a B to a C-level show moving up into the weeks to come, moving towards WrestleMania. Now, you've had all the other reviews out there. I've kind of perused some of them over YouTube and so forth and social media where you may have it and maybe what you may follow. And again, I'm going to dive into the same thing I dive into every single week, and that's hashtag fans gotta go. Why? Because here's the number one thing with fans, and why do I say fans have to go? It is the expectations of fans that continually put your expectations somewhere like it's Marvel Studios, but yet you're getting a Justice League. I'm sorry, that hasn't come out yet. That's not fair. A DC kind of show. Everything's not Marvel. Everything's not going to be perfectly precise and dissected over 15, 16 years to get to a certain point. Some things have to be makeshift. And Raw and the things they're doing around with Seth Rollins being hurt and so forth has become makeshift shows. They're building a show. Every day, like the world we live in, things change. The WWE, they're at fault here. They have some things they could have stopped. They could have done better, and they have not done so. But hey, this is what you got. So I think as fans, if you lower your expectations, then you don't have a big disappointment. Why you say lower your expectations? Why should I? Some of you are saying lower my expectations. Simply because when you put them up higher, you don't get what you want. You start bitching. You start complaining. You start moaning. You take to the internet. You say you don't like this. You don't like that. But last time I checked, you ain't buying plaques. Last time I checked, you're not buying t-shirts. Last time I checked, you're probably not even paying for cable. You're probably watching over your friend's house, or you're streaming it somewhere, or you're watching it on YouTube somewhere. So for those New Japan wrestling fans, for those Ring of Honor wrestling fans, for those TNA wrestling fans, but again, I have nothing against any of those organizations. Wrestling is wrestling to you where you live and where it resides. Today, the WWE, as it's getting ready for the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania, you have to put yourself in a place. I myself, I put my expectations up here, excuse me, if you will, so to speak, up here, because it is the road to WrestleMania. So I demand greatness. I demand a good show. And I think last night, as we go to the road to WrestleMania, they did just that, okay? It starts off with Roman Reigns and, well, Stephanie McMahon. And let's just say this, guys. The billion-dollar princess continues to look magnifique, if you will, so to speak. Reigns crashes the situation on Raw as Stephanie McMahon is talking about Mick Foley being off for the week and how he did some things wrong and getting into his personal feelings. Roman Reigns says he wants Braun Strowman now, not in 2 weeks. Stephanie goes, nah, that's not what's going to happen because you don't run it around here. I do. So we have a makeshift match between the Bullet Club taking on Roman Reigns in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Well, I will say this much. You're not doing any justice to the tag team that is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, who are very good at what they do in and out of the squared circle, pairing them up in a handicap match against Roman Reigns. Why? Because you want Roman to be strong. You need Roman to still come off strong. But no matter what you do with Roman, hashtag fans gotta go, are gonna boo him anyway. So you damn sure don't put him in a match with two of the crowd favorites and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, because then there's a no-win situation for both parties involved. Because if Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows gets beat by Roman Reigns, then it makes them look weak. And then you look at Roman Reigns, you're going, well, how are you beating these two tag team partners by yourself? No one wins. So what happens in this match? What I'd like to call perfect booking. The tag team that is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they whoop Roman Reigns' ass and get disqualified. Good outcome to that match. Then we have Kofi Kingston taking on Bo Dallas. Now, outside of Kofi, okay, channeling his inner Ezekiel Elliott with his crop top shirts, which I just don't understand why a grown man wears a crop top shirt. And I'm a big Kofi Kingston fan. I mean, book. I just don't understand why a grown ass man wants to wear a crop top shirt, especially when he has the wife as beautiful as he has it. But a story for the other day. Winner of that match by pinfall, Kofi Kingston. And then we had the horrible, or was it debut of Emelina as she arrives. Now, the internet has ripped it. Various news outlets have ripped it. Okay. Dirt sheets have ripped it. But did you understand it? Remember, I live by the hashtag, which you should too, because you call yourself an intelligent wrestling fan. Hashtag wrestling is storyline. They've been promoting her coming back as this Emelina chick. She comes out and says, "Hi, here I am, Emelina." Now it's time to go back to Emma. Somewhere along the line, I'm not saying was this the whole plan the whole time, because if it was stupid. Her coming out as Emelina was stupid in the first place. But it was smart because I think they recognized, or did they? Again, you never know with wrestling. This is where I say again, hashtag fans gotta go. You don't try to book Arrow. You don't try to book Grey's Anatomy. You don't try to book The Walking Dead, but you try to book wrestling every time. She come out like, this is not who I am. I am Emma. This could be them going at the company. We don't know what it is. Never boo a storyline until you see the outcome of the storyline. Did I like this segment? No, but it's a little bit of strange. But was it more strange when Jericho came back and said absolutely nothing? Think about it. So moving on from that, then we had the cruiserweight match between Jack Gallagher and Noah Dar, and okay, whatever. Gallagher wins by pinfall because he's the guy they're pushing in the cruiserweight division. Again, we're going to say it, this show Around the Bloxxx with Mike Knoxxx. You can catch my show on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM Hopewell, the Soul in Sports as well, powered by BDSR Network, along with Talk Perfect Plex, which you can catch us each and every single Wednesday night, talking wrestling the way it should be talked with the intelligent wrestling fans. But come on, the cruiserweight division ain't getting no better with those ropes. Do yourself a favor, get rid of the ropes. The match was good though, all things considered. Then we had Braun Strowman take on Mark Henry, as we were told earlier tonight by Stephanie McMahon, that's what happened. That's why Roman couldn't get the one-on-one match with Braun. He was already booked in a match. At this point in his career, taking on Mark Henry, this is all about getting the bigger guy over, pause, which is Braun Strowman over the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. He's doing his job. He's being a servable legend, a servable guy in the back. You know, one of the guys in the back that's been there for a while, the mentor in the back, if you will, so to speak. He lets Strowman gets over on, which Strowman should get over on Mark Henry at this stage of his career. Then we had one of the most profound interviews, better than the coconut that Roddy Piper exploded, which as a kid I couldn't stand, by the way, over Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Better than the interview with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Better than any interview I can remember in the past memory. Interview, sit down with Samoa Joe, the Destroyer. And in this interview, Joe talks about how he been on Raw, trusting Triple H and things like that. Michael Cole, which made this interview good. I know people rip Michael Cole, and rightfully you should rip Michael Cole. He's not very good at his job, but when he's doing things like this, he is very good at his job. And doing so, he asks very good questions to Samoa Joe about aligning himself with Triple H when Triple H has turned on everybody that he's been a partner with. And Joe answered it simply as, I'm not those guys. I am a destroyer. There's a difference between me and those other men. If you did not get a chance to go watch this interview, trust it, to me, this was one of the bigger highlights of Raw. Go watch this interview. And to me, this is where Raw actually did start to pick up and become good. And at this point, you're about an hour and 45 minutes into the program. So the first half was kind of on the C side, maybe a C- side. But when Joe interview came on, business did start to pick up. Just some quotes that came from out of there. I came here to hurt people. The only option I really care about is Triple H's. Redesign, rebuild, reclaim, re-injure Samoa Joe. I am here to challenge everything. I am here to wreck shop, slap people in the face, and take everything from them. Samoa Joe, the Destroyer. Class segment right there. I absolutely loved it. Then we had Sami Zayn. Yeah, I like Sami Zayn. I got like 2 of his t-shirts. I know you guys don't, but I think he's a great in-ring competitor. Taking on Rusev, and I'm a big fan of Rusev also. Great match. I really thought this was a good match, and surprisingly, especially after the loss last week, that I thought maybe he should have got over Chris Jericho, Sami Zayn cleanly beats Rusev. I love this match. Good match. I loved it. The chants, the fans were chanting, "We want Lana." whatever. That's what fans are going to do when Lana comes out there with a just like that and those boots on. You're going to get that. Also, then we had, which is surprising to me, I'm loving the fact that Akira Tozawa is getting the respect from the wrestling crowd that he deserves. He takes on Tavari in another great match. Tozawa with the win and the pinfall. The cruiserweight division. Can he be the savior? Can I see Austin Aries? Can I see Tozawa? Can I see the Neville? This division is steadily gaining momentum and becoming a better division than what it is. Just WWE needs to dial back the Power Ranger-esque. Okay, at least the 90s Power Ranger. Got the new movie coming out. I don't seem like any kind of thing from the 90s. But dial down some of the colorness of the cruiserweight division, and you might actually have a diamond on your hand beneath all that coal. Then we had, to me, the biggest highlight of the night, the Festival of Friendship. Jericho, classic Jericho, funny Jericho, just all around great. The picture that he got painted, the definition of how did they refer it to as? Give me a second, go through my notes here. The Showgirls came out. We got the Art of Jericho, which was the sculpture. You had I forget what they called the picture. I wrote it down, and on stupid cell phones, it just messed up. But auto correct me. Siri does that all the time. But this segment was gold. Okay, we knew it was coming. We knew it was happening. We didn't know when it was happening. They brought out friend of the program, and I say friend of the program because I've interviewed him there on Perfect Plex Talk Radio on BDSR Network, now on Fox Sports Radio 1340. Gilbert comes out as Goldberg. That's what tipped the scale on Kevin Owens, and he had enough. Said, I'm looking to beat up Goldberg, get him out, put a hurting on him, and you bring out this guy, and then all hell broke loose. Way to go, Kevin Owens. Great segment, Chris Jericho. The Kevin Owens list, name on the list, first one was Chris Jericho, and he put a spanking on his former best friend. The Festival of Friendship ended the way it should have ended, the way you all thought it should have been. It was great. Could they have carried this out a little bit longer? Probably not. If you're going to get into WrestleMania season, which is 7 weeks away, 2 weeks now away from Fastlane, you got to see what you're going to build there. All signs look like it's Kevin Owens is going to lose that title to Goldberg. Then you got to get this going and make that a U.S. title match at WrestleMania where Kevin Owens takes the title from Chris Jericho. I see it coming. I see it happening. That's how I would book it. Hashtag wrestling is storyline, and this is a great storyline. Also, we had Enzo Amore and Cesaro take on Cesaro, and early in the day we had these guys backstage, Cesaro and Sheamus and Enzo and Big Cass going at it in their roles. And listen, I am a big fan of Enzo Amore. I think his mic skills are good, or are above good. I'm sorry if that may have disrespected some people out there in my opinion of the word I use. He's very good on the microphone. He's subpar in the wrestling ring. They have their pluses and they have their minuses. So the reason why they're not over as a tag team, people, it's not because of the entertainment factor they bring to the stage. It's because those two as the tag team can't compete with a Cesaro and a Sheamus. It's clear. It's Cesaro wins this match so clean, so putting Enzo Amore out of his business. It was beautiful to watch. I mean, it's beautiful watching Cesaro do his thing in a ring, and Enzo Amore is the perfect candidate to get his ass whooped, and he got his ass whooped in this match. And then the main event, because I called it on Perfect Plex Talk Radio on Fox Sports 1340, cheap pop, but it's not, that Charlotte would lose the title to Bayley. But this is where I have a problem with this. We knew Bayley would win the title because it's not a pay-per-view. So does Charlotte get it back at Fastlane, or she even in a title match at Fastlane? I hope she's not. I hope she doesn't have another title match until WrestleMania to give us the lore about her still going undefeated at WrestleMania, or undefeated at pay-per-views. I'm sorry. And I did say earlier though that she would lose the title or lose her first pay-per-view match at WrestleMania after she went the time and length that she's gone without losing a pay-per-view. That's just my thought. It doesn't have to happen. Actually, if I keep her undefeated at WrestleMania instead of a whole brand new streak. That's just me for the women's division, who, by the way, headlined Raw again last night. Excuse me. But this is why I have a problem with this. Does anybody feel that by Bayley winning the Raw women's title, it casts a shadow over Naomi winning the SmackDown women's title? Bayley's wrestling fandom is probably higher than Naomi's. Now, Naomi has a bigger following because people are enamored with her. She's beautiful. She's chocolate. She has the cupping season ass that she has. But all in all, I mean, Bayley is this quintessential women's wrestler that fans like. You know what I mean? She is the female, quote unquote, John Cena, if you will. She has the package. She has the desire. She wants, it's all about the company for her. This is what she's been built for since she was a kid. But I asked you the question. You can comment below. Let me know if you feel that by Bayley winning the Raw Championship, did it overshadow Naomi? Well, there you have it, guys. That's my Around the Bloxxx. That's 3 X's with Mike Knoxxx, because my name is spelled with 3 X's as well. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Mike Knoxxx, MikeKnoxxx. Also, make sure you follow the station, Soul and Sport, the show, Soul and Sports, SOUL, capital N Sports, Talk Perfect Plex as well on Twitter, and the station that's giving me that identification, that's Fox Sports. The Twitter is 1340 AM, Fox Sports. People, it's been a pleasure. It's always fun to be here. I love you guys for tuning in and checking out. I love professional wrestling. Hashtag F the Dirt Sheets. Hashtag Wrestling is Storyline. Hashtag if you don't like it, listen anyway. People, listen. We out of here around the blocks with Mike Knoxxx. We see y'all next week. Peace.